Welcome to another episode of Meghan and Harry. I'm going to be actually showing you some of these footages from horse videos. I think they're way more prettier than looking at Meghan and Harry. But I will also occasionally play their videos so that we stay relevant to the topic and with the video. Now, let's talk about this individual. So he is not taking calls, and we have now updates from the Sun. Sun is a newspaper. They also have a YouTube channel. This is what they have reported. Quote, Palace Confidential unveils the true reason behind King Charles's refusal to answer Harry's calls. And it all points toward Meghan Markle far from being a simple family disagreement. Sources close to the palace suggest that the monarch's cold shoulder stems from growing frustration and distrust towards Meghan's disruptive influence on the royal household. This is not speculation, these are firm sentiments brewing from the walls of the Buckingham Palace. Now, this is nothing surprising that the king is not taking his calls, his son's calls, and what I have reported in the other videos is the fact that he's actually now becoming more indifferent to the fact that he has a son and a daughter-in-law who are creating more and more dramas. So in other words, he doesn't really care about them anymore, at least the way he used to. Now, Charles struggled to reconcile his duties as sovereign with the chaos introduced by his youngest son and daughter-in-law. According to palace insiders, speaking to the Sun newspaper, Charles has become increasingly disturbed, quote unquote, by Harry's continued alignment with Meghan's media-centric lifestyle. The monarch is said to be particularly dismayed by the couple's persistence in airing royal grievances to the public while still expecting open arms from the very institution they repeatedly attack despite his illness and efforts to maintain family unity. Charles has reportedly decided that answering Harry's calls simply opens the door, quote unquote, this is again coming from the Sun, simply opens the door to further manipulation, something he can no longer tolerate. Again, these are coming all from authentic sources. One of the key incidents that hardened Charles's stance on his stance was Meghan's alleged role in steering Harry's decision to release intimate family details in his memoir Spare. We know all of that. And the Netflix documentary series that painted the royal family in a deeply negative light. Behind closed doors, senior royals have long believed that Meghan pushed for the most damaging revelations, disregarding the family's reputation for the sake of building the Sussex brand. As sources say, Charles views Meghan as a catalyst for Harry's estrangement, portraying her as someone who continually weaponizes personal grievances for media gain. Now, all of these guys are coming from Sun reporters, and we have to believe their story because right now we see that not only that Meghan, Duchess of Bishop, is getting desperate with the royal family and using them, abusing them, trying everything possible to get her own brand up and running. She's desperate, becoming ever more. But also now she's in fact using her husband, but you have to understand her husband is good for nothing, and she knows it. So who she taps onto? The surrogate invisible children, and this is why we're seeing increasingly Meghan is sharing those posts, those videos of the so-called children they have, Lily and Archie, and this is what we understand after studying Sun's report, Sun's newspaper's report, is that this is just the tip of the iceberg. She's gonna get even more desperate for publicity, for name and fame, including using the titles, coercing the royal family to let her use and abuse those titles in order to make a uh, name for herself in Hollywood or in terms of business ventures. And obviously Prince William is right at it, and he is not gonna let that happen. But I decided to share this with you guys. Join our membership, subscribe to our channel.